we have any armies that are not doing... Oh yeah, the Attu Island Garrison. I forgot I was going to assign them to Truscott, and I'll go ahead and exercise them up to the next level of whatever. I think that's everybody. Panama Canal Force. Yeah, let's give them a general.
Why not?
Panzer Leader... Commando, there we go.
That's
Alexander Patch.
That is perfect.
Let's go ahead and exercise them as well. Who else is not assigned to anything? Puerto Rico. You guys can just be buds. We'll coordinate across the Caribbean here. Alright. So, preparing the intervention of Mexico. We already have a max planning preparation bonus, plus 50% attack will be amazing.
Likely decisive.
And you know what? Are some of these National Guard divisions? Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to make all of these regular infantry divisions. It's going to cost us a lot of manpower and equipment, but it'll be worth it in the long run. And exercise them so that the new troop... Now that they need to be retrained, basically, since I switched out their template. Technology... still ahead of time on infantry equipment, but not enough to really matter. Might as well go for it.
Would agree. 126 days instead of 120. That's not a.
Or we could get Mountaineers.
I think Mountaineers is probably a good first play.
We
get equipment after that, but
yeah. I mean, we've got mountains here. We've got mountains all over Mexico, so we're definitely going to want some Mountaineers. And looks like we have finally finished reinforcing our divisions, so it's giving us the no divisions in basic training, which means we should start training some infantry in Colorado, of course.
It's a good place to train infantry.
Yeah, it is, especially mountain infantry. It is where mountain infantry was trained historically.
Still is.
They're going to go to MacArthur's army when they're done. Let's see, how many of these can we run? Yeah, let's run 3 production lines of infantry. And then we'll go down to 2 once we research mountain divisions, so we'll have more equipment to give to the mountain divisions. War propaganda has been finished, and we need 30% world tension to unlock anything else over here. So we're going to go ahead and do the Black Chamber operation.
Can't really delay it any longer.
Yep. I'm actually going to create a manual save game here. I promise I won't save scum. I'm just doing this for...
How are the forces of how's democracy doing in Mexico? Did our delay do anything appreciable? It did, actually.
It increased
16 to 22, dude. 16% to 22. That is not insignificant.
Fascist Venezuela is slowly coming around to our way of thinking. Colombia
is there.
Let's see, Brazil is very slowly
switching
from their aristocratic.
There we go. We have decryption.
Might as well grab encryption too. It's only 0.2 years ahead of time. It was something the U.S. was quite good at historically.
Quite proficient.
We had the Navajo code talkers, who were utterly incomprehensible to anyone who natively spoke a European language, which is very useful to us. Army experience, we'll save that for our mountain divisions, I think.
I agree.
Integrated support has finished.
That's awesome.
Very awesome. Regimental combat teams is next. Gives us the overwhelming fire tactic, which counters the bonsai charge, something that is liable to be used against us at some point, if history is any indication. Yeah.
And a brutal tactic to be opposed to, for sure.
All right, so we've researched motorized infantry. Let's see, paratroopers we're probably not going to need just yet. Yeah, let's go ahead and do
just go ahead.
Infantry equipment, improve support weapons, all that good stuff. Oh, how far ahead are we on industrial, by the way? Still about a year away. Oh, we're not building military factories. Forgot I was going to supervise that myself. We can build one more in Colorado.
Very good. And why not?
Yeah. So we want to keep civilian at the top, but then have... And we'll let them finish these infrastructure projects, because They had already started on them anyway. Okay. Yeah, our industrial capacity is constantly growing, which is good. That's what we want to see.
Means you're moving forward.
What is the default?
Industry, my friend. That was a revolution.
That's what that makes me think of.
Yes.
Like the puppy that lost its way.
Oh, we have Marine. We can train Marines now.
That
yeah,
was a dog.
Let's actually train some Marines in
Cali. Cali's a great place to train Marines.
And our what's our current Marine division look like? We probably want wow.
Shoddy.
Yeah, it's very shoddy. Whoop, nope. Good thing I didn't confirm it. All right, Marines. So we're gonna have still a smaller force than our standard infantry division, but it's worth it. And then we definitely want to give them recon, and we'll add engineers later. Actually, let's wait.
Let's hold off until you can add engineers. I can scarcely
scarcely think of a division that would need good engineers more than the Marines.
We want to save some of our experience for Mountaineers too. So, of course, that tanked. Oh no, it didn't really. Never mind. Our motorized division is not even worth talking about yet. So. How close is this focus to finishing? Okay, the Black Chamber operation. Oop! Anschluss!
The Anschluss!
The Anschluss has happened!
Very good, ja. Austria and Germany is Anschluss.
Alright, Black Chamber operations. Plurinational Bolivia declared war on Bolivia. Mexican opposition declared war on Mexico. Rebellions in the Americas. In both Central and South America, revolutionaries have taken arms and risen in rebellion in the name of democracy. They're generally well equipped and well organized, and if they'd been championing another ideology, their funding would have been easy to trace. Whoever is supplying these movements have made a concerted effort to hide their involvement, however.
We've done a good job.
Of course, there's only one great power with the stated foreign policy mission to promote democracy in the Americas.
Huh?
What was us? Alright, I believe that... Okay, so...
The Mexican opposition starts out with some territory.
They do. So I think we can intervene here. It says we should be able to. Let's read that. Let's reread that. Effect classified. I thought it was supposed to enable the rule that we could intervene in American wars. Was that the other one? Did I read that wrong? No?
Well, we see how this goes. Perhaps you can later.
So, improve relation, non-aggression, revoke guarantee. Can't guarantee their independence. Can't send lend-lease. Can't send volunteers. And I can't declare war on
Mexico.
Pizarro. Interesting. Well, I'm going to revoke his guarantee. Because I'm not protecting the... So maybe that'll let us... I don't know.
Well,
we'll see.
Let the situation develop.
We'll let it develop. If I had known that we would not be able to actually do anything, I might have waited to trigger that. But let's go ahead and do some air focus for a while here. Why? Just out of curiosity. It's because we have undisturbed isolation.
Right on. Can we send volunteers?
Oh, we can almost create a faction.
Almost.
So let's improve relations with them and see if we can invite them to a faction. Oh, no, we can't because we need 100% world tension.
Can you send volunteers?
Not yet.
Okay.
Because we have undisturbed isolation still. Yeah, which means that for us to intervene in any war requires world tension to be crazily high.
It's Pax Americana that people are telling you. That was Pax Americana.
Yeah. Well, it's not letting us intervene right now, so...
They look like they're doing alright.
I mean, they haven't lost any territory, but I don't think they've gained any either.
They just need to sit pat until we can do something about it, is all.
Yeah, if they can hold on...
They've got Mexico bisected,
and here's the other
that
thing.
helps, dude.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I didn't realize they had Yucatan too.
I think they'll be all right.
How about Bolivia?
How are they doing?
Plurinational Bolivia owns a lot of territory, but it's the shittier part of... I shouldn't say shittier. It's quite beautiful. It's the less industrialized part of Bolivia.
Shittier as a game mechanic, we should say.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll do all right without our help.
They've bisected Mexico proper. I mean...
Well, and here's the other thing. This was a free civil war. We can still trigger another civil war by sending them guns later on, so... We'll go ahead and tick the clock back up to speed 5, since apparently we can't actually do anything.
I think both civil wars have actually a decent chance of going favorably.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm still exercising MacArthur's guys. That would have been bad if I had hit execute battle plan when I still had no organization. Encryption is completed. Next level of computing is still too far ahead. Industry too far ahead. Fighters are too far ahead. Oh yeah, support weapons. Better machine guns. Never a bad thing to have.
We're going to be monitoring this situation closely, you guys, because it's important.
It doesn't look like they're actually doing a lot of fighting. Also, why does it say I have no divisions assigned to this order? That's silliness. I guess because it realized I don't actually need to attack that part of the line anymore. Just that looks much better. Actually, I liked it better how it was. There we go. I mess with my battle plans a lot. Nationalist Spain won, I think. Wow, they were getting their asses kicked for a while there. But we're now at 40% world tension. Can we intervene? Can we intervene? Can we intervene? We can't create a faction. We need 100%. We need 100% for Lend-Lease. We need 70% for send volunteers. And we have to be in the same faction as them for expeditionary force. Can we do anything to hinder Cardenas? No, we can't.
Be nice to have some like CIA black ops we could do right now.
Well, that's basically what we did. Like, that's how we started the war. Oh!
They just gained a province!
They took territory. We don't have enough intel to see what's going on here. I think Air War Plans gives us ahead of time bonuses. So, historically, the U.S. went for strategic bombing, but I'm actually thinking of going the other way.
Like, I think so.
Air
based
superiority,
on
close air support, tactical bombing.
I think so. Just based on what we're dealing with.
Because any country that we're fighting, if we're going to try to just bomb them into submission industrially, I feel like that's going to be an inefficient use of resources.
And counterproductive in a way.
Yeah. Got a new military factory. Let's make sure we're still building military factories at high priority. We are. That's what I want to see.
And Mexican opposition's doing well, it would appear to me.
All right, we have unlocked mountain divisions. Paratroopers we probably don't need yet. We've got bonuses to research better recon. Let's see. Oh yeah, now that we have motorized, we can do logistics, signal companies, and field hospitals.
Field hospital's a good frickin' idea.
Let's think about how we want to set up our motorized divisions. So you've got 5 slots here for support divisions. We're definitely going to want to give them engineers.
Absolutely.
So what else are we going to want in a motorized division? Obviously, I think we're going to want... probably going to definitely want maintenance companies to keep the trucks running.
I would agree.
So that's 2. Probably should stick with recon.
I would agree. 3.
3. So then
I
maybe
think field hospital's always a good
field
idea.
hospitals and logistics, maybe?
That sounds solid. Do that.
Okay. So since we have a bonus to it, let's go ahead and research maintenance companies. Well, now let's do field hospitals
It's
first.
the fastest.
Yeah. Picking which support divisions you want to use with which companies is very significant in this game. All right, so we can just keep rolling with
Logistics
companies.
And
They've
yeah,
lost
I agree.
a province.
I agree. This civil war in Mexico is going to drag on a while.
Yeah, hopefully long enough for us to get involved.
How's Bolivia going?
Bolivia. They've lost one province. The plurinational Bolivia. I wonder if these are historical.
Two, it would appear.
Yeah.
They're getting rolled.
What is their... Oh, they're just neutral. So, at least they're not fascist. What do we need more of right now? Oh, we should start building motorized. Because we're going to be ramping up our motorized divisions pretty soon here. So I always... And let's think... How are we on artillery? We're probably doing fine on artillery. I can switch a factory over. Yeah, we've got 1.6k in reserve. Yeah, let's switch one of our artillery factories over to making motorized. Still doing fine on resources. Wow, we're getting these support battalions researched quickly. So we need maintenance companies for our trucks. I wonder, can you make... I don't think you can make variants of motorized infantry, can you? No.
No, would appear not.
So unfortunately, we can't increase the reliability of our
They're pushing them back.
war trucks. Yeah. Well, it'll weaken the opposition, or it'll weaken the standing government at least. Make them more vulnerable to a future coup. Industry is still half a year ahead. That's still over a year ahead. Air Cobra's not yet. We could build a fighter or a carrier variant of the Warhawk. Take 82 days, or we could start focusing on air doctrine.
Could. Might be a good idea.
We're still researching land doctrine. Good. So basically, we can focus on strategic destruction, which is what the U.S. did historically. I don't think we're going to do that. Battlefield support or operational integrity.
I think operational integrity, based on what I'm reading.
That would be my inclination, too. I
Yes.
mean, extra ground support is nice to have, but if we just maintain air superiority everywhere we're fighting at all times, that's going to be a great boon for us. All right. And we just finished the focus for...
Prepare intervention? What does that do?
What's that?
I see prepare intervention.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we're over 30% now, so we can actually take this, which will change us from undisturbed isolation to regular isolation. And Lend-Lease limit is -15, so we definitely want to take that, so we can at least start sending guns to our
allies who
our Central and South
appear
American
to
allies.
be struggling at the moment.
Yeah, they are struggling. They've got a lot of mountain territory, though, so hopefully they can hold on. Infantry weapons are still ahead of time. Those battalions are still ahead of time. Don't really need NPs, and we don't really have room for signal companies in any of our...
Armor?
We could go with armor. Anti-tank guns aren't going to be relevant for a while. Anti-air, we kind of obviate that by having better... better air power than anyone else.
Might be to be honest with you, dude. Based on what I'm looking at, might be time to eat a penalty somewhere, an ahead of time penalty, and just.
Well, T1 heavy. Yeah, we probably don't want heavy tanks. Why don't we go ahead and start researching light tanks?
Why not?
Just so we can, get down to the Sherman and the T20 and the good ones, because we're probably going to need them eventually.
Come on, opposition.
Preparing intervention. Our position on the international scene has shifted from neutral and isolationist to taking a stance on foreign aggressions. Our military posture. Oh, Ming Kuo has capitulated, so that's PRC or Russia, probably. Yeah, China has pushed back Japan and captured.
Wow.
Captured their.
That is ahistorical. But Japan is.
Japan's doing naval landings and actually doing quite well for themselves. So, did they take back Beijing though? Oh, that's huge. That's huge, actually.
Interesting. That is an interesting situation.
That actually gives China a chance. China. So we're going to go ahead and move on to mechanized offensive just in time, as we are getting our mechanized divisions up and running. Oh yeah, I was going to start training some mountaineers. We forgot about that. Mountaineer division. Train. Is that another unit of infantry? Why not?
Train Mountaineer in Colorado.
Yeah, of course. And let's move our main infantry divisions to Texas.
Good spot for them.
Yep. And also historical. Historical and modern. There's still a lot of. Actually,
okay, there you go. Mexican opposition pushed back on the left there.
Awesome.
On the west.
If they can secure Baja and that whole Sonora region down there, that'll give them a lot of
flexibility.
Flexibility for sure. Yeah.
Looks like they're doing it actually.
Yeah.
They've been pushed back completely in the south.
They're still holding Monterrey, which is good, and I guess their divisions probably would have gotten overrun. I said that might be a good thing because they'll have less of a front to worry about, but if all their divisions got overrun, then it doesn't actually help them because they can't concentrate forces. Munich Agreement. German demands for the Sudeten territory in Czechoslovakia, which is home to a considerable German minority, have intensified. At a summit held in Munich, Germany, Britain, France, Italy sought to find a diplomatic solution to the so-called Sudeten crisis. Czechoslovakia was not invited to attend. Pointed look at camera that does not exist. One of the great head-scratchers of the 1930s to me is that Czechoslovakia was
Peace in our time.
Not invited to the conference to discuss their own sovereignty. Anyway, an agreement was reached in which Germany annexes the Sudetenland but will not pursue any further territorial gains in Europe. Pointed look at the non-existent camera. Mr. Chamberlain spoke to crowds in London. For the second time, a prime minister has returned from Germany bringing peace with honor. I believe it is peace for our time. You know, Chamberlain's real crime was just not understanding how crazy Hitler actually was.
It was naivete.
Like that's really what he did wrong.
Let's be real. The writing was on the wall.
This motherfucker couldn't be that crazy, right? So France and Britain have formed the Allies, as is usually the case after the
Pair intervention. Excellent. Let's see if we can do anything with that.
All right, and the giant wakes. We go from to a civilian economy from isolationism, and it's very good. Very, very good. We could also start preparing war against Japan, but we're not going to do that yet. Alright.
Grab it. We can do military construction next.
And let's go ahead, since we're going to be fighting soon, let's hire a chief of army.
Eisenhower seems the obvious choice to me.
Yeah, because we're going to be fighting a lot of offensive wars. Morale is
Now let's see what we can do for our Mexican Democrat buddies.
We can send Lend-Lease. All right, so we're going to send infantry equipment. How much can we send them? I mean, well, we're producing 6.29 per day. Let's do, percent. So let's send them 50% of our currently produced infantry equipment. I think we can afford that.
I think so. You've done a great job of keeping your factories up to snuff. And
actually, let's start. Okay, start Lend-Lease. Let's send them. Yeah, we're gonna do. Oh, let's do 60%. We'll see what that does. We can always reduce it if it ends up being too. Because we're not fighting anyone right now, so.
Mexico can seize the equipment if they win, which is likely.
That's true.
Maybe this will change the game, though?
Let's see how it goes. So logistics-wise, we're still fine.
Yeah.
We're still more than fine.
And this might actually keep them alive in this war.
Yeah. Bolivia has won their civil war against plurinational Bolivia. But Their democracy support should still be ticking up quite swiftly, I believe. Should be. Is it not? What about... Okay, so it's still going up in the countries that have not had a civil war. Since we're trading away some of our artillery, we should probably start building more.
I would agree.
They lost Monterey, so they're now based out of Chihuahua. If they can close down this front in Baja, that will be a great thing for them.
Can we do some of that?
Gomez Morin, what?
Boosting party popularity?
We should not do that until we get rid of the Great Depression, because we're making 0.3 political power per month.
Fighter baiting.
Alright, low echelon support. Going to have the dominant Air Force that has been a staple of the United States.
It actually looks like our Lend-Lease might be slowing the roll down in Mexico a little bit. That was going really bad for them there for a second.
I'm actually just going to assign all of these divisions to this order. Because if we get a chance to attack, they've got most of this the rest of this locked down. We've got military factories free. Let's keep putting them into motorized. And make sure we're still building civ factories. I was afraid of that. Let's kind of put them in the Midwest. Let's do Illinois. That should always be our top priority, is more civilian factories. Infrastructure is completing slowly.
Democracy Spring is 0 for 1, but the fight is by no means over. This is just an opening salvo.
Well, and they're not screwed. I mean, they're losing, but they're not dead yet. All right, the giant wakes.
Shit.
You okay?
Yeah.
We now have a civilian economy, which might actually change our intervention policy.